Hello, everybody. There we go. Happy Mother's Day. If any of you are mothers, maybe some of the teachers are mothers. Probably not anybody in the class is a mother. But anyway, happy Mother's Day 2026 to you also. So welcome aboard the express train, live lesson express train. This is the Happy Mother's Day live lesson, if you didn't know already. Let's go through a few things that we need to know before we start. Number one, get Express open. Come on, people. Get moving, get Express open. That's what we're here for. We're here to have an expressly good time. Next thing to do is on the bottom on the scrolly, there's the activity page. That'll be useful today. Not massively, but still useful. Definitely worth having it up. So have that on a browser while you're using Express. And number 3 is register. Make sure you're registered for this session because that's how you get certificates. You get certificates for all the people in your class by registering at that link above. What else do I need to say? Yes. If you need to pause this at any time, that's absolutely fine. Pause whenever you like. If you feel like you're falling behind a little bit too much, that's okay. Just pause and catch up and then press play again whenever you're ready. It's quite simple, really. You don't have to take it at the same speed as I'm going at. Take it at your own speed. Okie dokie. Let me just adjust. There we go. So let's have a little look-see at what we're doing today. Okay, Mother's Day 2026. If you've got an iPad, you can scan the QR code. It will take you straight through to this page. Let's have a look at what we are going to be doing. Activity 1. I like this one, actually. Activity 1 is a newspaper front cover. You're going to be creating an epic front cover. Can I say that? Epic front cover celebrating all the best things about your mother figure, whoever that might be. I really like making newspaper front covers. Don't know why. It was a thing, I suppose, when we were growing up. Yeah, it's like not so much of a thing now, is it? I suppose. But it's just so cool to see that. And I think this would be a great thing to make for your mother figures and then print it out and give it to them. You can frame them. I had one framed of me being on the front of a football magazine when I was a kid. I had it for years. Amazing. Right. So let's get on with that first. Let's get straight into it. So the way to do that would be to be in Express. You need to be in Express. Come on, people. There's no time to waste because we're going to go to create a poster. We're going to start here. Yeah. Give it a click. And then I'm going to say Mom Newspaper. That's what mine's going to be called. And then I'll always be able to find it. Always got to rename your work. Otherwise, you'll never find it ever again in the history of the world. Well, maybe not, but it's always useful. Right. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to not add content, text. Let's go to text. Add your text. Right. This is where maybe your teacher will step in. I don't know. But this is where you probably want to start thinking about what your newspaper is going to be called. I'm going to stay quite boring with mine, I suppose. Well, should I stay back there? Oh, I could just call it the Liverpool Echo. My brother used to work there. The Liverpool Echo. Because I grew up in Liverpool. My mum was in Liverpool. So I can put her on the very front page of the newspaper that she knew all her life. Right. So the Liverpool Echo, we got that. In terms of font, Allegreia. Allegreia is one I like. Which one? Allegreia black. Yes. Text layouts. Come on, people. You know me. Dynamic, of course. Actually, maybe not Allegreia black. Maybe Allegreia. Allegreia. Oh, come on. Sans. Allegreia sans. And it doesn't. It's not so. Doesn't have the serif on it, which is good, I think. And then I'll go black in there. Fine. And we'll do it like that kind of thing. Cool. The Liverpool Echo. That is not far off what it used to look like, to be fair. I'll do that one. Now, I'm going to make this a red top newspaper. What does that mean? It means that always the titles are in red. So let me just reduce the line spacing a bit. We want to give ourselves as much chance as possible, much space as possible to have some fun in. But in terms of effect, I want to put a shape. I want to put a shape behind it. Nice. Give it another click again. I want the shape color to be red. I can work on the shape size as well. Maybe make it a little bit tighter. There we go. Shape opacity, I'm going to keep it 100. But the text color, I'm going to make that white. Yeah, that looks like the Liverpool Echo. I know. Okay. You can come up with anything. You know, it could be the Angus Advertiser. It could be your local newspaper name. It could be something completely different, like Mother's Weekly. It could be, you know, the Daily Disaster. I don't know. You work it out. Have a little discussion with the people around you. See what you come up with. Right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate that. Right. Got the very same thing. Except this time I'm going to say special Mother's Day edition. There you go, special Mother's Day edition. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to stack that. Stack it. I'm going to change things like if I go into shape here, in effects, and then shape, and click the sliders again, I'm going to make the shape color this kind of yellow. I think I'm going to make the text color red. Nice. Reminds me of an old Liverpool kit, that. And then I'm going to pop it up in here. Right. Now it's a bit wide, so I'm going to make it smaller. Right. So we've got a little bit of space on the edge. Cool. But in order to drop that box down to the bottom of the page, I'm going to go to Edit, 3 dots here, right here, and then line spacing, until it hits the bottom. Actually, maybe slightly further up, because it could still do with getting edged down ever so slightly. There we go. Nice. I like that. Special Mother's Day edition. It could be Mother's Day 2026 edition, something like that. Put that on another line. I don't know. No, that didn't really work, did it? So I'll just take it out. Okay, the Liverpool Echo Special Mother's Day edition. Right. So that's kind of the top of your newspaper. Play around with the spacing if you like, just by nudging things around. But I like that. That seems to work quite nicely. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to now put a shape in, and I'm going to do that by going to Add Content, Elements, Shapes, Rectangles. Pop that one in there. Now, black actually is the color I want. That's the color I want. So what I'm going to do here is pop it around about there. I'm sort of roughly trying to get the same spacing on the side and the top side and the top. This one could, could go down a little bit maybe, but roughly trying to keep some semblance of order here. I'm going to click that box, drag it over. There you go, nice. You can see it's telling me it's aligned. And then drag it down. Now, I want to keep a little bit of space at the bottom. All right, because I've got some fun things to do down there. Cool. Right. Now, what is this newspaper missing? Well, in my mind, it's missing a photo. It's missing a headline. And then it's missing some text, kind of like, sort of summarizing text on the front page so people know immediately what is this story about. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to T for text, add your text. It's giving me the same type of text. That's okay. Probably going to use it again if I'm honest. Sometimes they say, like you should really try and not use all the same text, which I think is probably a good idea. But let me just change this text color to white. Okay. And then I'll go mom. Ooh. Mum tops the what I say is it mum tops the lot again. There we go. Exclamation, exclamation, exclamation. Okay. Now, if you want to use some of this text, I've got it here. Yeah, I've got it. Look, mum tops the lot again. The Daily Chronicle, you can use that. I've got a little summary about my mum here, but you can just swap out the names. You can also do it about my mum if you want. She'd love it. But if you want to just use the text that I've made, that's absolutely fine. And text for iPad users, give that a click, and you'll get exactly the same thing in a very easily copyable format. Okay, but let me go back here. Right. So my headline is Mum Tops the Lot Again. Now, what I'm going to do is text layouts dynamic. Of course I am. And then I think I'll put that up here. And then I'll stretchy. That looks about right. Now, again, I think I'll use the line spacing to just draw those lines together. And that is here. So bring that down. There we go. Mum tops the lot again. Okay, cool. So now I have got same font here. So maybe I'll just make one of them slightly different. And I could do that in different ways, I suppose. I could go to black italic. And that kind of gives a little bit of an edge. That's good, not bad. Allegria Sans black. Yeah, I mean, I think otherwise I'm sort of happy with how it is. I wonder if I go to recommended fonts, it might say give me similar fonts. Yeah. So Fig Tree seems like a good one. Could click here and go Fig Tree. There we go. Fig Tree bold. Slightly different. Is there a Fig Tree black? Didn't seem to be. Fig Tree bold. I don't know. I'm going to keep it there. Do you know what? Maybe I'll just make it not black. Maybe I'll just make it bold. There we go. That makes it look different. There we go. That's a good compromise. Well done, everybody. Okay, let's. You know, if you're there and you're like, I don't know that that's actually centered, you can go to position over here and go to center, and it'll just mathematically calculate it for you, which is great. Okay, mum tops the lot again. So what I want in this is I want a picture. Now, I haven't got a picture of my mom on my machine, which I can use, but I do have generative AI. So I'm going to go to add content, media, photos, generate image. I'm going to make mine a square because really where I want it is roughly around about here. And then I've got some space down the side for some text, you see. Yeah, smart, I know. That's cool. I mean, I can modify it ever so slightly, just make it a bit taller. So describe what you'd like to see. So in here, I'm going to put, what should I put? I think I'll put something like, my mum will probably kill me for writing this, middle-aged woman with medium length, blonde with an E hair and glasses. And then I'm going to put arms raised in celebration. Arms raised in celebration. And then maybe I'll put in here smiling. Arms raised in celebration. Crowd of people cheering. Fireworks in the sky. Something like that. Yeah, that looks good to me. Now, content type. It could go with art, but actually, I think I want it to be like a photo. I want it to look real. I want it to look real. So I'm going to click generate and see what it comes up with. Let's have a look, see. Right, it's going to be one of these four here. So we shall see what it comes up with. Now, this could be something you could frame. I mean, this really is the cutting edge. Way, look at that. Which one looks most like my mum? None of them, if I'm going to be honest, but that's okay. That is good enough. Yeah. Mum tops the lot again. That one's quite cool. That one's good, I think. That one's good. She looks very kind. She looks far too young. That one's good. I'm gonna go with that. I think my mum will be happy with that as well. She'll take that. All right then. Now you can go in and modify your prompt at any time. Middle-aged woman, maybe I'll put like standing on a podium, like she's winning a medal. That's kind of what I'm trying to say here. So let's generate again. Let's just see what we get. Can always roll back to one of these ones, I think. I haven't done that in a while, so you can roll back. I wonder if standing on a podium is going to give. That's funny. I don't quite know what to think about that. That's quite cool. I don't know which one I like best, actually. This looks more like a political rally, which I'm less into, but that's okay. That one's quite cool. I think the other one's probably better, actually. Let's have a look. Can I go back? Yeah, I can go back. Gonna go back to this one. Great. Looks more normal, that, doesn't it? Okay. So I've got my photo. That's perfect. I could also, there's a few things that I can do, but I think what I'll do right now is I'll go to my text. Here we go. Jan Trainer from Liverpool has been crowned world's best mum for the 6th year running. I said that because my daughter was 6. My daughter is 6. You can do it for your age if you want. Leaving all rivals trailing in her wake, sources close to the family confirm, she's unbeatable. No one else even comes close. I'm sure your mums are as good as mine as well. Not everyone's perfect, eh? But this is Mother's Day, and that's one of the days where we tell them they are, and that's okay. That's a good thing. Right, so I'm going to go back to Express. Going to go T for text, add my text, paste it in. Now, is this the right font? Not sure about that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it down. I'm going to start putting it roughly in the right position. And then I'm going to squeeze, 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 squeeze. Right about there. But because it's quite well, it's not too low, is it really? It's not too low at all. Actually works out pretty well. Yeah, that's the one, isn't it? Oh, that was easier than I expected. There we go. I mean, the font actually works really well. Pop it in there. Being crowned world's best mom. Maybe I can highlight this section here and put it in italics. Nice. Being crowned world's best mom. There you go. Simple. So just you can use that text and swap it out. Put your mum's name or your mother figure's name or your grandma's name or whatever it is. And you can change the quote as well. You can do whatever you like with this. I'm just giving you stuff that you can use. You're welcome. Right. Okay. What else do I want to do on this newspaper? Well, actually, what I do want to do is Do you remember in newspapers where they kind of they'll say like, read more about this epic story on page 2, right? So I'm going to go to add text, add your text, bring this down here. It's already italicized. Okay, read. Oh, can't see anything here. Let's change the text color to black. Read more. Oh, click in there. There we go. More about this wonderful woman on what page? Probably page 2 is best. Page 2. Okay, read more about this wonderful woman on page 2. So what I want is I want all of that to be on one line. That's the first thing I definitely want. I want it all to be on one line. So let's, oh, there we go. That's all on one line. Now I may still go dynamic with this, but I'm just going to center it. Okay, that's the first thing I'm going to do. The next thing I'm going to do is put it in a box. The next thing I'm going to do is change the color of that box. Shape color, red. Next thing I'm going to do is change the text color. Yes. And then the last thing I shall consider doing is, should this be dynamic layout? Dynamic. Yeah, I think it probably should. I think it makes it more readable, and I think it makes it feel more official. Okay, nice. That's great. I like it. Very cool. Might try and move this black box a little bit further up to the top, something like that. Maybe this headline can get a bit more room, get a bit more breathing space. There we go. Nice. Read more about this wonderful woman on page 2. Okay. Now that you've done that, you're near the end of this activity 1 now. I really like these front covers. I don't know if it's coming across. I do really like them. Add content. Let's go to elements. Let's go to icons. Let's go to barcode. If you're going to sell news, you got to have a barcode. I'm not precious about which barcode, really. I think it's quite good to have a wide one. Let's try that one. It's the first one. Because you may need to be trimming it down. There you go. That'll do. Little barcode there. Give it a bit more room. Something like that. There you go. Barcode. If you're going to be selling stories, you're going to be selling news, you need a barcode on there. Now, also, one of the things that I'd like to do is I'd like to also put a couple of adverts on here. You'll know that local news or local newspapers will always be showing adverts. So what have I got? You can see, include an advert or 2 at the bottom. For example, buy spa vouchers for that someone special. Spaforyourma.com. Hey, I think it's funny. Spa for your ma. Right. That's what's going to be in my advert. So let's go back here. Add content. Oh no, text. That's what I want. Add your text. Okay. Pop that in there. Okay. Let's go here. Let's go here. Okay. Now all sorts of issues going on here. I'm probably going to go to text layouts dynamic. It's because that will resolve some of my layout issues. Okay. Now what I want to do is put this in a box. I've been doing a lot of that today. It's a good skill. So let's go to effects. Let's go to shape. Oh, blimey. Right, so the shape color. We could go black. Oh, black and yellow. I hadn't thought about that. But I think I'll probably do black and white. Yeah, something like that. And what I'd like is, I'm going to try and get it so that it aligns on the left-hand side. And then also it goes to the bottom of the barcode, which is roughly around about there. That's cool. So buy spa vouchers for that someone special, sparforyourma.com, and then edit. Maybe what I'll do is I'll just reduce the letter spacing a little. Yeah, there you go. Because that will give me more space. You see, now that I've done one. Oh, do you know what else? You can affect. You see, for that is really large here, isn't it? Doesn't seem to make much sense for it to be like that. For that someone special. There you go. Play around with where you put your cursor and then press return. That's good. Also might do. Oh, you see, you gotta be careful though, because you can wreck it like I just did. Or that someone special. Oh, there you go. Buy spa vouchers for that someone special. Sparforyourma.com. Cool. Let's duplicate that. Let's bring another one in here. Gonna do another ad now. I'm in danger of conflict of interest here by advertising all my own businesses. I'm going to go back here. I just did one here for flowers, gift cards, chocolates, and champagne. domsdeals.com. Yeah, wish that was a thing. That'd be cool. I'm going to press Control and A here to select all of that, and then paste in my new text. For flowers, gift cards, chocolates and champagne, domsdeals.com. Right. How can I make this look slightly different to the advert next to it? I'm not sure about how I'm going to do that, if I'm honest. Maybe I'll have to go. I'll tell you the first thing I want to do is I want to make sure the box stretches down to the bottom. The only way I feel like I'm going to do that is by increasing line spacing. There you go. That'll do. And then just bring it over ever so slightly. There you go. Nice. So yeah, the only way I think I'm going to make this look slightly different is go to effects, go back to the box we had, click the sliders there, and maybe change the shape color to like a dark gray or even a light gray. Light gray, black text. Yeah, that seems to work. Does that work? Yeah, that's okay. I don't know. I mean, the other option was for it to be kind of red and yellow like this one, but I don't think that works. That's a great front cover. I know it's mine, but it is a great front cover. Very cool. Really like it. I love making newspaper covers. You could, if you've got your photo, because I'm thinking there's a lot of black on here. What I might do is try and put like a little border around this photo. And I'll do that by going to add content, elements, shapes, and then go to your rectangles and get one of these which got a border, right? Click it on the canvas, and then the border is black, the fill is gray. I don't want any fill, and I want my border to be white. Okay, now it has to be a shape, this, because then it means that you can push it around and do things with it that you would never normally do. Like that. And just using my arrows, stick it there. Let me zoom out a bit. Yeah, that's nice, isn't it? Nice how it kind of frames it. I think that's really cool. Yeah, I'm up for that. That's great. Okay, so what are you going to do with this now? Well, if you want to print it, go to download, file format, PDF print. Now, teachers, what you could do here is you could get everyone to send it to you, and then you could print them all out in one as A5. So you can have two on each page. That'd be cool. Then just get that guillotine, and then everyone's got something to go home with, which would be cool. download. And then the next thing, if you wanted to do it, it'll download to your computer. The next thing that you can do is go to share. You can send them all to your teacher if you want. Create a view-only link. Send it to Google Classroom, Microsoft Teams, however you normally do things. But normally we say do a view-only link. That's cool. All right then. That is first activity done. So let's have a look-see at activity 2. Now, why am I laughing? This is probably the silliest thing I've done in a while. There's very little educational value here. You are getting better at Express, so there is education in that, of course. Whether you think, but this is just a bit of a laugh. I saw it on I was having a look in Google Images for like happy Mother's Day ideas, and I saw this kind of graphic, and I thought, oh, do you know what? I can use that. Can use a bit of voiceover, bit of animation, bit of remove background, bit of an erase tool, possibly, depends on what you choose. But we're just going to create like a video card. So let me go back here. Let me go to the A for Adobe in the top left. Okay, and then go to create a video. All right. Let's go okay. Let's get rid of some of this nonsense. And then we'll go mom video card. There you go. Video card. There we go. Okay. So the first thing to do is you can put a background in. For background, I'm going to suggest you go for border. And I'm going to put pink in. Why not? I don't know. Something like this. If you go to replace and go to backgrounds again, you can kind of cycle through and see which one suits you best. I don't feel I'm not sure about that one. I think you want something. Oh, that one's quite cool. I haven't seen that one before. Yeah, pretty cool. Basically, you're going to be putting a massive caterpillar in it. So, I mean, I think you want this to be quite subtle, really. That's what I would say, because there's nothing else subtle going on in this. Do you know what? That's pretty good, because my caterpillar, if you look at the example here, my caterpillar is going to leave this kind of space here where we can put Happy Mother's Day in. So let's do that. Okay. Right. First things first. Let's press replace here. So that's committed that. Let's go to T for text, add your text, Happy Mother's Day. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to, of course, I'm going to go for dynamic. In terms of a font, I think, I mean, it doesn't really matter on this because we're going to do a generative text effect. But I did, in my example, I did use Bungee. Is that a good choice? Up to you, really. You have a think. Inline. Oh, I haven't done inline in ages, but it doesn't matter because we're going to do generative effects. So just do regular. That's fine. And then to make it a bit bigger, there we go. Something like that. Pop it up here. Nice. Like I said, your background doesn't need, you don't want it to be too dominant, really. Okay, so Happy Mother's Day is going to go there. You go to Effect. You go to the pencil. And try describing a texture. Hearts. That's what I want. Maybe instead of style, I'll go for embellished. And then I'll click generate. Let's see what we get. Make it a bit bigger, maybe. And then we'll get 4 options down here, which you could choose from. Oh, they're very different to what I got before. Very different. I wonder if it's because I've chosen embellished there. Let's go for realistic and generate. Yeah, that was very different to anything that I've got before, which is fine. But I want to see something else. Oh, that's kind of more what I had in mind, I suppose. That one's pretty good. That one's kind of nice. Yeah, that one's good, I think. More obvious, and it feels more 3D. Although 2 and 4 are both good. Yeah, 2 and 4 are both good. Now, as much as I like that, doesn't kind of read that well. So let's go to edit, outline color, white, but then really beef it up. There we go. That makes it much more readable. That's good. Also, 3 dots up here. Click it. I bring the line spacing. There we go. So the white bits join together. That's cool. I like that. Gives me lots more space to work with underneath. And then also, in effect, you could go for like a haze. Oh, yeah. I actually think it's quite good with the shadow color as a dark thing. Yeah, I mean, I could try like a pink style, I suppose. Purple, red. Well, the red works quite well. Yeah, I'm going to use that red, I think. That's nice. Gives it kind of, yeah, gives it a sort of dreamy kind of state. Okay, cool. Now that we've got that, let's get a bit further in. There we go. Cool. Add content, elements, and go to icons. I'm going to just go to heart. Okay. Now, how many hearts do I need? I need 5 hearts. Okay. I'm going to go 1. I'm going to go 2. They're all going to go on top of each other. But hey, listen, use solid heart shapes. 3. Now, they're all slightly different in terms of 4, in terms of size and shape. That's why I'm going for a different one every time. 5. Okay, you can see them all there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so start positioning these. It doesn't matter where they go. Put 1 there. Number 2, as in, it does matter where they go. It doesn't matter which ones go where. Let's start spacing them out a bit. 3. 4. And then the last one. Okay, so it's just kind of want to jumble them up a bit. Want them to be slightly different sizes. That one can be a bit bigger, maybe. That one can be a bit smaller. You can put them on slightly different angles. And also, they're all going to be slightly different couleurs. Let's make this one quite big because this is the head. This is going to be the head of the Happy Mother's Day caterpillar. Who doesn't do a Happy Mother's Day caterpillar? Well, I don't know. I've never done one, but anyway, there's always a good time to start, and the time to start is now. Right, there we go. There's the kind of body of our caterpillar. And let's just start making these into the kind of colors which we would expect. One there. Let's do a rouge here. Nice. Let's do a pinky purple there. Let's do a coral red. Yeah, what is that? Salmon red? I don't know. Salmon pink maybe. And then the last one, maybe we'll go for a red again. Keep it nice and strong. There we go. Cool. Okay, perfect. So the next thing we're going to do is not quite at the sort of best bit, yeah, is add content, icons. And do you know what I searched for? I searched for leg. Now, funnily enough, there was this leg here, which is like really cool. Do you want it in red? I might just put it in black. Right. So obviously, we're going to need quite a lot of these. So we'll do 1, duplicate. Oh, do you know what I'm going to do first? I'm going to go this one, and then I'm going to put this behind the hearts. That's important, because then when you duplicate it again, The next one will also sit behind the heart. Duplicate again. That one will also sit behind the hearts. I'm making sure that they go slightly different heights and stuff like that. Slightly behind the heart. And then duplicate another one. But this time, you want to position and flip. And these will go on the opposite side. There you go. Duplicate. And pop that there. And duplicate. And pop that there. And duplicate. And pop that there. Okay. This is wild. Right. Let's go to start making kind of like a face. Okay. Let's go to add. Let's go to add content, elements, and shapes. And this time, let's go circle. Okay. So get a circle in there. This is going to be for one of your eyes. That's a big one. About there is good. Change the color to white. Duplicate it. Bring that over. Cool. We got two eyes now. Do you know what? Duplicate it again. Make it smaller. Change the color. Maybe like blue eyes, brown eyes, green eyes, whatever eyes you want, guys. Whatever eyes you want, guys. I'll put one there, maybe one there, and then duplicate and reflect it on the other side, like they're looking over there. That's cool. You can get things like add content, elements, design assets, and you can put lash in there, like an eyebrow, like an eyelash, something like that. I don't know. You can make it up. There's one. Maybe it needs to be slightly smaller. I don't know. Let's go outrageous. Why not? 3 dots, duplicate. Now position, flip again, flip horizontally. Nice. Then we got that one there. Cool. And right. This is where it gets interesting. Okay. So what you can do here is you can go to add content, you can go to elements, go to all, and go to lips, right? And you could like put a pair of lips in, like here, yeah? And you can just pop that on there. That's absolutely fine. And then this next bit, you can just record, okay? When we do it in a bit, but you can also, and this will depend on whether you're on the iPad or you're on the browser, okay? You can also go to add content, videos, and animate characters. Now, if you're on an iPad, that won't be there. But what you can do, and I will show you this in a sec, so just hold your horses, is you can make it in another project, copy it, and then go back to this project and paste it in. Because you can paste anything into Express, you see? Right click in the gray area, click paste. All right. But right now, I'll just put the lips in, right? So what this is going to be, this video is like, hey, mom, or hey, grandma, or hey, nanny, or hey, auntie, happy Mother's Day. You're so special to me, and here's how I'm going to make your day special, right? And then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 hearts where on there, you're going to put something that you're going to do to help make their day special. So, for example, we're going to go add content, photos, and here I'm going to go for avocado on toast. It's a requirement that every mum likes avocado on toast, apparently. If you didn't know that, you heard it here first. Right. So I'm going to get a piece of avocado on toast there. Add as a layer on canvas. Amazing. And then once that photo is processed, I'm going to use background Babs. There she is. Remove background. And that is going to give me a nice piece of avocado on toast, which I am going to There we go. It's going to pop it right on there. That is perfect. That's going to be the first thing that I'm going to do for my mum. Make a smashed avocado with a poached egg on toast. Boom. What's the next thing we're going to do? Add content. Photos. And then let's go for, I could go for coffee. Maybe I can go for like frappuccino. Oh, there we go, frappuccino. Something like that. Yeah. Is that I don't drink coffee really. Add a laser and comfort. Right, okay, that looks, I don't know what that is. It looks like a Knickerbocker Glory to me. I'll put that on there, and then I'm going to remove the background. Let's make it the kind of size we want. Like that. Bosh. There we go. Okay, cool. What's the next thing I'm going to what's the next thing I said I was going to do here? I think, oh yeah, bit of shopping. So I'm going to add content, media, photos, shopping. This one with the arm stuck out, that'll do. I'm sort of looking for shopping bags, I suppose. Oh, that one was good as well, actually. Click that one. Yeah, add layers canvas. Right. So on this one, again, I'm going to click on it, remove background, and then play around with where it should be. There we go. Now, I'm going to zoom in a bit. And maybe put this on a bit of an angle like that. That looks good. Something like that. And then you can, because you can see you've got this, I suppose there's a couple of ways you can do this. You could go and play around with the order. I don't know what. I don't want to do that. Just got to make sure that it's behind the red one, but in front of that kind of coral pink one. Salmon, whatever. I don't know. I can't remember. Rust. I can't be bothered with that. I'm just going to use the erase tool. So let me go really far in here. Erase. Oh, took me even further in. Blimey. Here's where I want to be. But instead of quick selection, I want circle brush. And then all I'm going to do is kind of take that arm back, chop bits of that arm off until I feel as though there we go. Click done. Nice. And then the last one is going to be, oh yeah, have a bath. Get that special person to have a bath. So let's go to, what can I go to? Media, photos, go to candles. This one's great. Add as layer on canvas. Click it. Remove the background. It'll probably do an excellent job on this, I think. And then I can just pop them in there. Nice. Lovely. Right. Okay. Now, you've got different options on how to finish this now. I am going to show you, there's a really easy way to do it, is go to add audio, record voiceover, make sure enhanced speech is on, and then you could go in there and just be like, do your recording, you say, Happy Mother's Day, Mom. I want to make this a really special day for you. And so make sure, to make sure you have the day off, I'm going to make you smashed avocado on toast with a poached egg in the morning. You can just record your video just like that, just by clicking start recording and then do enhance speech. Okay. Now, the other thing that you can do is you could click on these lips, get rid of them. Oh, by the way, I think I want this to tuck behind there. Yes. Putting it down in my layer stack there. So it just tucks behind. Cool. I think I want that. Do I want that? I don't know. Yeah, maybe I do. Or maybe I don't. Sorry. So the other thing you can do is go to add content. You can go to media, videos, animate characters, and this is where you can, let me just find the right place. This is where you can go to category, mouth only, and you could go to red lips, I don't know, left or right? Left. Yeah, why not? I'm going to click on enhance speech here and click record. Now, the only problem with this is that you can't actually see your text. You can't see what you actually want them to, what you're recording on, which is a bit of a bummer. But anyway, I know what I'm going to do. So I'm going to click record here. Hiya, Mum. Happy Mother's Day 2026. You're a special lady, and I want your day to be special. So, in the morning, I'm going to make you smashed avocado with a poached egg on toast. I know you love it. And then, after that, I'm going to follow it up with an orange mocha frappuccino. I know. It'll be tough, but I'll get it done. In the afternoon, I want you to take yourself off shopping. You deserve it. And I'll polish the cat while you're out. And then last thing, in the evening before bed, you make sure you get yourself a lovely candlelit bath. Happy Mother's Day. See you soon. There you go. Nice. So that is going to start animating those lips now. And those lips are going to go directly onto the caterpillar. So if I was you and you were on an iPad, for example, what I would do here is I would go to my home screen. I would come out of the project domain, go to the home screen. Then I would go straight into animate a character. And I would go to, mouth only. Record it however you want. So go... Hello, happy Mother's Day, right? So just do it. I'm just doing it really quick there, right? And then once it's been through processing, see, this one be really quick because it's so short. Once it's been through processing, you can open it in editor, you see, open it in editor. And then with that file selected there, you just go to copy, and then you would go back to the A in the top left, give it a click, and then open up your other project again. And then you would just right click there, paste it in. Now I don't need to do that. I'm going to delete that one because I didn't do the full voiceover. I just did this one. Let's have a little listen. Yeah. Looking forward to this. Hiya, Mum. Happy Mother's Day 2026. You're a special lady, and I want your day to be special. So, in the morning, I'm going to make you smashed avocado with a poached egg on toast. I know you love it. And then, after that, I'm going to follow it up with an orange mocha frappuccino. I know. It'll be tough, but I'll get it done. In the afternoon, I want you to take yourself off shopping. You deserve it. And I'll polish the cat while you're out. And then last thing, in the evening before bed, you make sure you get yourself a lovely candlelit bath. Happy Mother's Day. See you soon. Oh, look at that. Now, there's a couple of things that you can do here. Just checking a check on time. Yeah, we've still got 10 minutes. That's all right. What I'm going to do is put this back to the start, right? And I'm going to go play it. Hiya, Mum. Happy Mother's Day 2026. You're a special lady, and I want your day to be special. So, in the morning, right? So, before I've said that smashed avocado, I'm going to click on, I'll have to do it in my layer stack because I can't get to it there. I'll click on avocado, and I'm going to drag that back to where I start talking about it, right? So, it's only going to appear now. See, it doesn't appear here. I want your day to be special. So, in the morning, I'm going to make you smashed avocado with a poached egg on toast. Now I'm going to wait for you love it. Before I say fact. And then
After that,
I'm going to follow it up with a Frappuccino. Click on the Frappuccino, drag that back to the playhead there.
I'm going to follow it up with an orange mocha Frappuccino. I know it'll be tough, but I'll get it done. In the afternoon,
click on shopping, bring this all the way back to the playhead.
I want you to take yourself off shopping. You deserve it. And I'll polish the cat while you're out. And then last thing,
click on the candles, bring that all the way back.
In the evening before bed.
So look, this is what's going to happen.
26. You're a special lady, and I want your day to be special. So in the morning, I'm going to make you smashed avocado with a poached egg on toast. I know you love it. And then after that, I'm going to follow it up with an orange mocha Frappuccino.
You see, I know. Coming in when
it'll be tough, but I'll get it done. In the afternoon, I want you to take yourself off shopping. You deserve it. And I'll polish the cat while you're out. And then last thing, in the evening before bed.
There you go. Right. Now, other things you can do here. Obviously, you want to add some audio. And maybe put something like romantic. That doesn't sound particularly romantic on here or anything. Anyway, there's another one. Love is a good one to put on there as well. There is one which is funny down here. What's it called again? Corporate love at the help desk. I'm gonna put that in. Amazing. Bring the volume down to about 12%, something like that. See what
you make sure you get yourself a lovely candle lit.
Nice balance. Right. Make sure it fades out. That's very important. And then what can you do on here? Well, you can do things like you can get the now what I'm finding is that the lips are always in my way.
Happy Mother's Day.
The lips are always in my way when I'm trying to select things. Like the hearts. You could select them all or do them one by one. And you can go to edit and give a bit of animation. Give them a little bit of a, don't want to give them a wobble. Move a little. No, you don't want to do that. You want to go to the loop. Sorry, I was wondering why they were all going crazy. Go to loop, and you can have things like just wiggle. Just a little wiggle. You can do them all individually. I've just selected them all at once, but I think the best thing would be to do it all individually. Speed right down. So you want it to be very subtle, just so that there's a bit of movement in this love bug here. All right. Same with the legs. Let's select ones. Oh, yeah. So that one's not so easy to select. So you can select them in the sides here, and you can go to the first one. Maybe then get on the keyboard. You press Shift, select the next. You can select them all at once. Just be careful not to select the hearts. If you're struggling, just do them one by one. There we go. And I could animate those, loop those, and maybe have them jitter. Yeah, okay. Speed right down again, just something ever so subtle. That'll do. So I just want a little bit of movement, I suppose, really. And then what else would I do? So I've done my music. I've got my timings in. You could also, with your smashed avocado, when that comes in, let's click that. You could animate that in by doing a fade. And then you just scroll along on your timeline. Orange mocha frappuccino. I think that needs to be bigger, actually. Let's make that fade in as well. Move along your timeline. Shopping bags. Fade. Just makes it a little bit more pro, I suppose. And then last one, you can click on your candles, fade those in as well. Nice. Okay. Now, one thing I am going to show you how to do before we finish this is you can download it, of course, and 720 is plenty. You can click share and then you can create a view only link or send it to Google Classroom, Microsoft Teams, blah, blah, blah. So let's do that, right? Let's do view only link, right? Let's create a link. Because when you've got that link, one of the really interesting things that you can do is you can make a QR code. And where would be a good place for us to have a QR code? Have a little think. Activity 1 newspaper, maybe? Because if you're going to print that out, then putting this QR code on there will mean that you can give it to whoever you want to give it to, and they can read it. Oh, fantastic. That's so good. But they can also scan it with their phone. So let's go to copy link here. Copy link. Then go back to Express. Okay. Go to the plus in the top left. Go to quick actions. Generate QR code. Enter the URL. I think I'll keep it black and white, but I think I'll make it maybe a slightly more stylish. Choose a style, marker border. Yeah, maybe like those. Maybe those. And then I will download that. It's going to download to my machine. Mum QR, I'm going to call it. Mum QR. Okay, and then if I go open up my newspaper now, yeah, open up my newspaper. Now what I might do is get rid of Dom's deals down here. Bosh. Maybe I'll put Spar vouchers right in the middle. Nice. And then if I zoom in a bit, what I can do is go to add content, media, upload from device. Click it. And then I've got a box open up now. Select Mum QR code. And look at that. Pop it in there. Nice. Let's get it roughly in the right space. There we go. And then maybe this one here, what I can do is just to bring the space. There we go. Increase the letter spacing in this one. So that, maybe that's too much. Letter spacing down. Where's the end of the QR code? Roughly there. There you go. Nice. Look at that now. So now when you print that out, it's actually got a live QR code, which the person in your life that you want to send this to, they can scan it and they can listen to the video, the absolutely bizarre video, very good video, very entertaining video that we spent lots of time and energy and love on, telling them all the things that we're going to do to make them happy on Mother's Day. Check that out. If you're going to do that, don't forget to download it again, PDF print, boom, download. And there you go. 2 beautiful videos that, a video and a newspaper that you can do for whoever you want on Mother's Day. Nice work. Okay. Boom. Thank you very much, as always, everyone. Well done for coming. Well done for sticking at it, whether you're doing it all today or whether you're doing it all within 2 sessions, however you're doing it. But don't forget to register for the new upcoming sessions. They should all be up there now until, I think it's May half term, I think. So do go up there and have a look. There's plenty going on. Apart from that, thank you very much, as always, and I shall see you on the next